where
Okay.
because it was alleged that they are trying to indict Bato Speaker Fanatic Kufa. So he clarified, make a clarification that say at no time the police is trying to indict uh, the Bato Speaker. But if there will be any reason, then it will be subsequently, but not now. When we say, oh, they are already contemplating or they have something to say, oh, they come to indicting of right now is not on their table yet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's mean the allegation of the police inspector general meeting with the quote unquote majority bloc
Majority block,
in
yes.
Richard Come to discuss indictment of the matter speaker is false and misleading,
Yeah.
and they are not having any intention of such for
So
now.
that's what they
And
say.
if there will be any actually public going to know. And so
Yes.
I mean these are things that are happening. And I was just reading on the e-mansion just the even the president had also set up a committee
Yes.
to dive into the issue at the Roberts International Airport, a team to investigate the process there. And I think that is a good move.
Yeah.
Investigation shouldn't just be done. There should be process. It should be clear. And once that investigation is done, the public should be in the know and anybody from coverable, even though the management team there has already made it known to the public that actually it was caused by the bread. But it's not just about, indicting people or getting people off their job, but it's about, prevention and mental. So
Yes.
once they know already that bread can cause harm to the operation of the international airport, the only international airport so far that we are used to here in Liberia, the Rabos International Airport. I think preventive measures should be put in place to, prevent those breaks from, causing the problem that it caused in recent time. And once that is done, it's going to be very much interesting. So that is right, and it's a good move by the president or by the executive to get something getting involved to investigate the process. But let me now go quick to our main point.
Yeah.
And for those of you who just joining us, again, we are sincerely sorry for the situation that unfolded, but we are now back live and in the good position now to update you on some of the issues as they unfold in country. And this is a talking point. All you need to do just to go on our Facebook Live, just share the post or the live feed
Yeah.
on Blaze Online TV.
Yeah, but
Okay,
someone is
someone is
saying
saying,
that
oh,
the
the
echo
echo
is
is
bad
bad
on
on
the
the
live
live
feed.
feed.
Okay, I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
the echoes. All right, we will see how best to check it out and see what happened. I don't know whether it's okay now. Okay. Okay. So just give us update.
Give us feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give us feedback from the end because we're facing some problem here. But let me now move on to and bring you because the echo actually I can get it from my headphone. It's
Okay.
very hard and I think we need to see how best to solve that. Okay. I think this one is a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but
You will
not
not get it clear as
not
well.
clearly. Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, check my
Check my
We are
mic.
so
mic.
sorry, man.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay. So, let's manage this and see for now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And anything just update us. We will see how best to solve the problem.
solve the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
So, it's the movement forward. But I wanted us to play that. Let me get the spokesperson from the NDR
On the NDR,
is
yes.
actually to speak on this issue because there were press conference or statement made today. And let's just listen to what they have to say today. Let's listen to Kevin Matari. Yes, let's listen to him here. Okay, that's a problem here though. Okay, 1 minute, please. Okay, one, two, and
The Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction has officially withdrawn the complaint earlier filed against the two personality that is Peter Gongo Wed and T. Wanaka Pangalo on grounds that there are mounting calls across Fonima. The traditional leader reached out to the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction on a spirit of reconciliation. We have come to withdraw the complaint audio file against the two individuals. On that basis, as you might be aware that the vision bearer that is the founder, Senator Frank White Johnson the late, he fought for the country for the last almost 4 decades for the agenda of NEMA, one agenda for unity. On the basis of those circumstances, we have come to withdraw. We have resumed the complaint formally from the National Electoral Commission. This was in consultation with the candidate. Matter of fact, the candidate have a dissenting opinion on that, but it was executive committee endorsed the position of the party to file in that complaint because one of the things we were talking about is if you say Ido Gongro where the Gongro is synonymous to fairness, the Gongro is synonymous to integrity. So when we foresee the kind of circumstances, the kind of tainted fraud, it was our responsibility as a party to do the kind of inquiry because we have all the evidences and we'll file into the National Election Commission. We urge the National Election Commission to do a radical reform into the processes of the electoral process, particularly the database, to avoid some of those circumstances, occurrences in terms of future elections.
Okay, so that's actually the voice of the spokesperson of the NDR. You listen to him, and I was actually carrying our news today.
Yeah.
So, Connor, what you made of that particular, process? What you made of that process?
Yes, sir. So we listen to the spokesperson. He's the vice chair for public affairs. He's the vice chair for public affairs at the movement for democracy and reconstruction. That's Kelvin Matade. So we listened to him today. He stressed lots of issues as it's around the withdrawal of the complaint filed at the National Election Commission. Yeah, just leave it. Just leave it. Now, today should have been the hearing. Today should have been the hearing, and everything was set for the hearing already. All was set. The media went already at the headquarters of the National Election Commission, and yeah, people were already gathering to really see how will the hearing be because people have more interest in uh, this particular hearing. Mind you, Saros, Prophet Key was denied, right? Prophet Key was denied. So when the news hit the public that the MDR have filed a complaint against one of the top runners in the election.
In fact, there were two.
Yeah,
Yes, from the CNC and the Ide Gongwe.
no,
Ultimately.
that's not CMC. He's an independent. I think independent candidate.
Okay.
Yes, T1K.
Okay.
The CMC is Leon.
Okay.
Yes. So most people had interest into this particular case.
Okay.
So people went on the ground sooner, but later we got the information that the MDR have withdrawn the complaint. So people were like, why is the cause? And subsequently, we heard Kevin Matali. Now, Cyrus, he raised few things, right? When you listen to the entire clip, you will know he said one of the reasons why they withdraw the complaint because of the elder and the traditional people in the County. Said that the people reached out to them. They were complaining. They received lots of calls over the last few days. They received lots of calls for this particular complaint to be withdrawn. Rather. So they had no option but to go and withdraw the case. Now, so someone will ask you today, but Are we trying to blend tradition to legality? Which one is the party the MDR taking seriously? Tradition and legality, which one are they taking seriously? Because man, you tell us, uh, an opposition political party, you are in government, in waiting. So if you say, oh, those people, they went against the law, they did not meet the criteria to contest
Mhm.
in the election. That means that legality. So if you as a government in waiting, you see those things, you according to them, they have all the evidences. So if you have all the evidence, now people came to you say forget about it. So you left in as much as you know it is wrong, but you left it. So it means that just in case, if you have the opportunity to take over state power, will you see the wrong thing happening and because people talk about it for you to leave it, so you will leave it? These
So
are questions people have started to ask.
okay.
Yeah, these are questions people have started to ask. Yeah, some will say, oh yeah, for peace sake, you really have brought the issue of peace sake, right? If for peace sake, let's just leave it. Let us let's just let the election just go on. Like when you listen to Samuel Koga this morning, that's why he said he did not support the issue of the complaint against those candidates. So he, according to him, they are all one people, they want peace, all those things. But mind you, as much as we want peace, the law should be followed.
But in the absence of the rule of law, in the absence of justice, there is no peace.
There will be no permanent
And
peace.
so I think these are stakeholders. You talk about opposition in waiting. In the first place, they are, you know, part of the rescue mission.
Oh yeah,
They are one of the political parties that took part in the 2023 election, and they are part of the ruling government today.
yeah.
So they are part of the Unity Party Alliance. So this thing has to be dealt with and deal with effectively because the country we have today we cry on the basis of rule of law. We talk about law in our society. And when you listen to Matari, there is one thing he stated that when you hear the name Gongo, you hear about accountability, you hear about rule of law and other things. So
Integrity.
yes, you hear about integrity. So to see the Congo being accused as one the number one political party when you talk about India is aligned with Nima County,
Yeah.
and knowing one of your own, we should be aligned with and integrity, accountability, you accuse her. And you say on the basis of tradition, because traditional people call you and other things, you want to compromise the case. It does not signal well for the county. It does not signal well for even the political party you represent. Because the law should be paramount to everything you do as a political party and individual. You can sing praise to the woman, saying that she had integrity and she should be accountable for some of the things she do. Then you carry out to NDC, allow the process to play. If she's found coverable of the allegation, definitely she can be disqualified. And there are other people who are in the race. So what's the essence of talking about traditional leaders say, go the way, excuse me, and then you're forgetting about the thing because of the sake of peace. So if another person, in the case, okay, in the case of maybe um, quote unquote, the commonly known prophet Key. If the traditional leader come to NEC today and say, "Oh, this is our son of Nima County for the sake of peace," the man register and he not qualified, please put a man on the panel list. Will NEC do that? So we can't be doing this kind of thing to ourselves. We can't be wanting to be in leadership and we do this kind of thing. Because once we do that, definitely we're gonna be, giving ourselves some problem. And that does not, promote the interest of our people. Because as a national leader, and what bad me too is Honorable Coker himself, who should be, is also disagree. You have to use that stuff again. we also disagree with the NDR of him filing that complaint. Because in the first place, I don't know on what basis he was disagreeing, but that should be established first. Now, maybe he was making a claim that, you know what, we don't have a case. And since we don't have a case, no need to file a complaint. Maybe that was his initial, complaint. Because the thing about it is not just complaining and allowing a complaint to do. So tomorrow, one Nehemiah, one. Yeah, so Conan, I think the feedback is actually. Yes, that mic is open. Okay, 1, 2. Sorry for the distraction. 1, 2. Okay. That is open, right?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, it's not bad. Sorry.
Okay. So, sorry for the distraction, but we're discussing the NDR issue here, and you listen to Matari. And I also want to read out what we have in the news today. I mean, just do that very fast for you. They say the movement for democracy and reconstruction has reportedly withdrawn and the lawsuit and filed against 2 candidates in the senatorial by-election in Lima County formed and the National Election Commission. Speaking in an interview with this station in Monrovia on Thursday, the NDR National Vice Chairman and for Public Affairs, Kevin Matari, disclosed that based on the intervention of elders of Lima County, the National Executive Committee of the party resolved and withdrawn the case. According to Matari, the decision to withdraw and the case also meet the approval of the NDR's candidate in Lima County senatorial by-election stated for April 22, 2025. The senatorial seat in Lima County was created as a result of the death of long-serving Senator Prince Wyatt Johnson, who was believed to be the political godfather of the county. So, there where my fear came in, Conan. The same issue you were discussing, that their action is based on the appeal from elders, traditional leaders of the county. To say, you know what, you have a case, they will not register. The allegation you brought against her is the known. But you know what? Your plea allows for the election to go. So at this, in the first, the traditional leader themselves, are they putting individual interests over the county, over the laws of the country? That is actually scary from the angle of the NDR. And they should not be coming to the public to be measuring this. Because, oh yeah, we have a fine case, but we have to let go the case because our people, spoke to oil and nothing. So what is signal you sending to the public? Why are you telling the young generation, those that are coming after you? And I look, Kevin, he's a young man.
Yeah.
And he speaks for the party anyway. It might not be his decision, but that's why the party, he said, the executive committee agree. Excuse me. And once the executive committee agree, he has to come to the public to say what he said. But I think they should have said it, they should have mentioned it, polish it different way than coming to the public, because this alone is an indictment. That signals and you saying is that we don't respect the rule of law. And the thing about it, the rule of law, we can compromise it because of self-interest, because of, compromise. That's what he did. To say, oh no, group of people came to her and say, after you praise the lady and her family that, they are entitled to act and other things, these are people that is even supposed to prosecute, to set precedent. Because if they claim or they are entitled out and they are caught in the well, they should be dealt with than dealing with the common person. You can say the Gongo family, when you mention their name, is integrity, and you talk about accountability, you talk about the rule of law, then they break the rule of law, then you say people came and compromise with all they talk about. We will forget it, so we forget it because we have to listen to the elders. Conan, that is scary for us.
Yeah, so Cyrus, the thing is, so when I heard that issue of the Gonglo, the people with integrity, the thing I keep in mind, then why is it that the MDR is politically against them? Let's say they are people with integrity. let's say Madam Ida Gongo were, right? She's someone with integrity. Then why contest against her?
So in the first place, this statement itself is like running a campaign for the Gongo.
For the Gongo.
And the Madam Gongo, where you are already saying, you know what? This is the candidate indirectly that the people of Nima should vote for.
Yeah.
For the fact that you have a case against her and you just not, drop the case against her, but her family and she herself is an integrity icon. And if the people of Nima need, excuse me, yeah, I don't know the weather, need somebody to represent it on the basis of integrity and leadership, then they should be going for the Gongo. Because you have already said from the angle of the party that you drop the charges because of two reasons. One is because she's an integrity icon, and two, the traditional leaders came to you and they built on that basis that they lady and her family they are integrity icon. So that compromise we should not go to the public to present this. We should not go to court and other things. And you agree and drop the charges. So what are you doing with your candidate? Why are you doing to Samuel Coker?
Yes, sir. For me, the thing I see, right? The thing I see. Now, that's my opinion.
Yes.
Let me make it clear on this radio. That's my opinion. But what I see here is Samuel Koga, Representative Samuel Koga, he really won this election. So because of that, when you enter some of those communities, we get few people telling you to drop the case against Madam Gongo. Mind you, he was the first person who publicly
disagree with
the party. He disagreed with the party. He was the first person who disagreed with the party on that. So I guess because probably entering the community, hearing from few of those people from the community telling him you drop the charges against this lady because we have a county with one people. So because of that, he does not want for those people to say, oh, the man just listen to us, so we're not giving our vote. But he forget to know, as a leader, you should stand for something. If you say someone did the wrong thing, you need to prosecute the person, to deal with the person, so that they will not repeat what they did. But because of vote, because he wants a vote, so he will do everything. It will cause for him to forget about the rule of law until maybe the election can finish. He will forget about it. That's what, for me, that's what I think. And this kind of thing is not good for our country. It is not good for our country. No matter who the person is, if you think that the person did the wrong thing, they must be dealt with.
So let's hear what Coker have to say here on his disagreement with the party. He said the candidate on the ticket of the movement for democracy and reconstruction in the upcoming senatorial by-election in Nima County, Samuel Koga, has disclosed that a complaint against the two candidates is not a good sign, especially in an election that seeks the replacement of the late Senator Prince Johnson. He stressed the need for unity among the candidates, leveraging in the upcoming Nima County senatorial by-election, indicating that the people of Nima will decide who will be and their next senator. The NDR candidate has at the same time denied rumors circulating on social media disclosing that he is against women participation in leadership. Koga further asserted and that he is only against a woman representing a man who was a warrior for the people of Nima County, stressing that he is the only capable person who should replace the late senator in accordance with the tradition of the county. So there are two issues that I think the representative
there are two things expressed there. Yeah.
One is that he wants unity, and as I said initially, probably he did not see the evidence and other things that the NDR was seeing against the lady because they talk about she's not registered photo, this and that, or she trying to proxy on behalf of her sister and other things. And for him He saw it from another angle, so he wanted fair play that they should allow the woman. Let go to the mat. When the ball bounce through routine, they won't feel like she register. Let go flex that muscle, and maybe I will win. So he's overconfident. Nah, you know the woman he want to go to the pool with her, that the people on Nima will select him. And there were another rumor saying that, he's against women participation. And for him, he said, no, I am not against women participation, but what I am against is that, so I don't know how he reconciled all two. He actually, at this point in time, said the seat that is vacant was being occupied by the late Senator Prince Johnson. That seat should not be given to a lady. So he said, and the man was a warrior. But now the seat is not entitlement of the late senator or any man.
Or the men of the country.
Yes.
Not, yeah.
It is a seat that belongs to the people of Nima, and they decide at a certain point in time who sits in a particular seat. Whether a lady or a man, they decide. Ladies too and women too can be warrior though.
Oh, yeah.
They can be dual leadership. They can do anything that men can do. So for you to come and say, oh, you are not against women leadership, but a particular vacancy should not be given to a lady because that seat will be belonging to a warrior. They are politicians anyway.
Yeah, but Cyrus, the thing here is, right? Let's look at the Nima Legislative Caucus.
Yeah.
Right? Do we have women in the Nima Legislative Caucus?
Oh, I have not seen that.
I stand to be corrected, but I don't think so.
They have 9 districts.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, everyone on there are men.
Yes.
So does it mean, right, that there will be no woman, right, that will take any legislative position in the Makande?
So
Is that what he means?
That's the biggest question now
Yeah.
that the people of Nima need to answer.
Because the thing is, Cyrus, right? The thing is, the way he's saying, when a woman should not replace a man.
Yeah.
And all of those positions currently in the county are occupied by men. So definitely that means
The ladies were not coming to the spotlight.
he as a representative who want to be a senator, he will not support any lady to occupy any of those seats. Which of course it is a discrimination to those ladies in Nima. Because I know Nima, and I know Nima has lots of qualified and competent ladies. So to come up to say, because he makes certain statement that has to do with women that women replace.
Yeah, so he was talking about on a tribal basis because Nima and other counties are always been on that tribal issue when it comes to election.
Yeah.
And right now they have a senator, the sitting senator right now is a minor man.
Yeah.
And then the late Senator Johnson was a guild.
Was a deal, yeah.
And since he went,
Passed off, yeah.
passed off, that means another guild person to come in that capacity to balance the equation in Nima County. And in this election, that's one of the variables that have been played. That's why when you're stressing the general issue about the county, because if you want to send that message, that what, let the seat for belonging to a man. And so men should come back. And you are also pushing a message that what, the man people already have a senator, so the gay people should also have a senator to balance the equation. Then it comes back to you now that the male and the female equation also going to play.
Oh, yeah.
And the female can also going to be sending a message that what, we have been in the county act for post-wars since 2005. I've seen other counties elect female.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that for Nima. I stay to be corrected.
Yeah.
I don't know any former lawmaker in Nima County who is a lady.
A lady, yeah.
And I hope I'm not trying to run campaign here for anyone. But I hope the people of Nima
They do something different.
consider that particular stuff in county election. It don't have to be in the
This
by-election.
particular one, yeah. I agree
Or
with
comes
you.
2029 and other election. They actually need to consider that. And one of the persons who've been standing up is the particular woman in question.
Yeah.
She has stood out against the late senator on several occasions in election.
Yeah.
Even though she was not given the opportunity, now she also in this race again. And the people of Nima, as you said, they are qualified ladies and are also qualified men. They are people who can, govern a county. You can have a county, another county where you just get full lawmaker, two senators, two
Two
representatives.
representatives.
Nima County had 9 electoral districts, and they have 2 senators. That is 11 lawmakers. Out of 11, for Christ's sake, you don't have no female. But yet still you are pushing gender equality. Gender equality. Small county, the Rivers County. For we have female lawmakers.
Yeah.
Madam Rosanna Sharp. Even though she was beaten out, at least we are elected.
At least history is there. In recent time.
That in 2017 we elected a female lawmaker and a full, lawmaker. You got 11 for Christ's sake, man. You need to do something at least. Even if you can get 3 slots to the lady, it may lot of sense. We are not sitting here to run campaign for anybody in the election. We don't have an interest. But what we are saying is we're just trying to make analysis surrounding this and COCA issue and the NDR issue. The number one mistake they made, the NDR are already running campaign for Madam Gongo. You measuring her as integrity icon on that basic traditional leader king of the pew and the drop the charges against her is number one. Now, Mr. Coker himself, Representative Coker, is trying to push that, that seat can only be for men. It does not belong to women because that men were occupying it. And now you stress a very important point. Saying they have all of the representatives and senators in the country, they are all men. That means the ladies will not get opportunity in 97 countries.
Never, they will never. That's what it means. And which, of course, I think he's not being fair to the ladies of Nema.
Okay.
Let's be clear. I don't think the lawmaker is being fair because I think Sarah, the idea he should be pushing. Someone will say, oh yeah, maybe someone will say it is divisive, right? But I think the trouble will make sense than the gender.
So our politics is local?
Sure, it's our politics is local, right? Yeah, so that's what I said. The trouble will make a little bit sense than the gender. If you say, oh yeah, the senator is already occupied, the first is already occupied by a monomer. So therefore, let's give this one to Gilman. At least to me,
but he can, and Kona, the reason he can push that because he's not the only Gil candidate. So if he push that, that means they will have to share the vote between all of the candidate from the down track. So he might not really push that. So the only thing he's pushing now is that seat should be given to a man, and once the people has sympathy to give him that seat, the second point should be he is running on the late Godfather political party ticket.
Yeah.
And according to him, I think you listen to him during the endorsement process from the late Senator West, that the late Senator handed over the political will to him. He was given the political will, and the political will is to govern the people of Nima. So senator is not there. When somebody gives you will, definitely will be asking the person. You will have to control all of their property, especially those who want the will to you. And for him, the will that was given to him from the late senator is the political will. That means the political seat.
So we just hope that the people of Nima will make the right decision for themselves. But the truth is, the story from the MDR, why they are withdrawing this complaint, I don't think it really made actual sense to me. I don't think it made sense to me. Because the truth is, if you know these people that complain to carry out left, that you have evidence that they did what they did, why you are accusing them of. There's no need. The only thing you need to do is explain to the elders, explain to the traditional leaders why you are doing it. It is in the interest of the entire country. Because if presidents accept Therefore, others who want to do the same, they'll be afraid. But right now, that means anybody can just wake up, they do anything. If someone want to take them to maybe to court or to neck to the law, some group of people go big then they forget about it. That means Liberia go nowhere. It means the country will go nowhere. Mind you, a country will never be a better country without the rule of law. Without the rule of law, there will be no better country.
No,
So
no
if
country
you
survives without law.
so if you as a political party, a government with in fact you are already governing the country because you are with the United Party Alliance.
Yes.
You already govern the country. Now you withdrawing your complaint because somebody keep saying, "Oh, let's just forget about it." In as much as you know the person did the wrong thing, that means you are not worth to govern the country. You're not
So
worth to be in the position where you are.
yes. I think that was a mistake on the part of the NDR. They should have exhausted every effort,
Yeah.
even if they're going to be defeated at the level of the National Election Commission and the Supreme Court. The essence about going to court is not 100% just winning the case. There are lawyers that were advised. There are people that were advised. Sometimes you go to court to get something straight.
Yeah.
It may not be 100% right, but there are certain precedent can be set. You saw 2017, the late Councilor Bronsky went to the court, and after the court ruling, he accepted the ruling for the court, and he said his intent was not just to be right, but for the fact that the court acknowledged that there were things that happened in the 2017 election. Definitely, it was something that he, as a person, has won because the court established that there was some foul play, but it was not enough for re-election, and so he walked out. So I think the NDR should, go through the hearing process, allow the NEC to, have a position on this case. But just to file a complaint a few days after coming back, I didn't see that.
In fact, on the day of the hearing,
On the day of the hearing, to withdraw your case on the basis of, you were being compromised by the elders of the county. I didn't see that as a good sign for the party itself, for the candidate, and other people. Because once you do that, now the Congo team and the rest of the people will be claiming that you had no allegation against them.
oh
You were
yeah,
just doing that just as a political charade.
just
And
show
you
it.
notice that there were no evidence to present before the NEC, so you have to withdraw the case. And you have no argument.
Yeah. After you withdraw the case, say the man, the woman is an integrity outcome.
So you
Then why you file complaint against us? Say no.
you should have thought of everything.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about, when you hear the family name, this is what align with the family. So if you hear something about this family and you know that the fairness and integrity are aligned with them, you should do background investigation first before you can move further with any action. If you don't, at the end result, you will be damaging yourself. So for those of you who just coming our way, this is talking when we hear this evening the Safe dinner. We are actually looking at the withdrawal of the NDR complaint against Congo and others at the National Election Commission. And it's actually 12 minutes past 10. Well, if you have something to say, just do that very quick before we can go to the telephone line. And you can actually look at our live feed. If you got some comments and other things,
Yeah. So
follow up first.
so let me welcome the veteran, right? The veteran. He said the echo. Yeah. Then
Yes,
Daniel D. Sheriff Daniel. He said I'm following you from Bonjama City, Lofa County. Okay. Brother say welcome Daniel. And Isaiah Rufus he's watching from Zuba Town. I also talk about the echo. He said please look at the echo. Okay. Yeah, so those of you watching or those of you listening via the radio, just please in your comment, just go on our live feed, place in your comment where you are watching the entire program from. Definitely will recognize your presence with us. That's one of the things we always love to do. We love to recognize those people who use their data to follow us on the program. We love to recognize them as well. Now, Sarah, so we just hope that all of political parties, because this should be a lesson,
Mhm.
right? Other political party, you don't give people the hope that you stand for something. When time comes, you dash the hope of those people in the name of somebody talk to you. As long as you know something is wrong, you want to find a solution to that thing. You need to stand your ground and make sure that the solution is found. That's what a good leader do. But for you to come last minute time, you say, "Oh, somebody talk to me," or so we just forget. But in as much as you know it's wrong and you want to make things straight, but you say you will forget about it, then how you want for it to be straight? How you want for Liberia to be better? If everyone in the country violating the laws, if everyone in the country are going against the rules, the do's and don'ts, everyone going against it, how will Liberia be better? Liberia will never be better. The only way Liberia will be better if a party like the MDR stand their ground to say, "Oh, Madam Gongo, where she did the wrong thing, definitely we will make sure we see the result that will come out of this particular complaint."
Okay.
That's what a good party can do. But not to come up last minute time, you can't explain father story to us, to the Liberian people. Yeah, that's father story. To say, "Oh, the elders, the traditional leaders," you just waste their Liberian time for nothing. You waste their Liberian time.
Okay.
And we hope that other parties will learn from this and to do better the next time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can go to the phone line.
Oh yes. Please read the phone line to the public.
Yeah, 0777907, folks. Those of you just joining us, call us on 0777907 0887 111 107 0887 111 Call us tonight to have your say on the talking point. We are talking about the withdrawal of the withdrawal of their complaint, right, from the National Electoral Commission by the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, the MDR. So call us this evening to have your say on the program. 0777907 0887 111 Call us to have your say.
Yeah, they have the first caller here. Okay. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
You are live. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Good evening. You are live on the radio. What is your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, this is Evangelist Toe, calling from Mamba Town, Battlefield Highway.
Like, yeah.
I just want to commend you to get my fellow view as it's aiming at one good goal. In the whole world, what I want to stress out is, in the whole world, even in the communist country, they got something called the Politburo. In the democratic country, we have after election, we have electoral college. In a state-run, a traditional-run country, we have the elders, the council of elders. Even in the home, there is a dying need to listen to parents. The person can be wrong to the last degree. The parent can tell you, say, "Please leave that man alone." Like giving the public a leeway that their own shame will carry him forward. That's what the Nima County did. Let me come back to it. I want to commend the leadership of that.
You said in the democratic space what we got?
We have what we call, after elections, we have electoral college. The great United States that we follow him today.
But it's not. Hello. Yes, you get all the time. That's why we open the phone line very soon for you to get more time to interact with us.
Okay.
We are in the democratic space. Our government is a democratic process we run in Liberia.
Okay.
And I want you to take us to traditionalists. We don't have any traditions somewhere here. If the law is broken, we go to the court and the court decide. That's why the election. Hello. That's why the election law got processes that people can follow, that people can, when you break any of those law, they can disqualify you for that. So if the NDR know fully well that any of the law was broken by any of the candidate and take them, complain them to NEC, while NEC is waiting to look into the case, he come back and say, oh, you know what? The transition people talk to us, so we drop the case against the people. What are you presenting to them?
They are presenting peace. Because all short of dawn, Nigeria need peace. That's why I wanted you to know. What carry us behind today, we are not listening to our elders. I don't care what happened, you have to be bound to listen to the elders. So if they tell you, say, no, go, or you say, but anyhow, I will go. Tomorrow, if anything spark out like higher conflict because of situation, they will say, well, we have advised our children. Democratic have owner. And the owner of democratic are the people. And that the people giving you the advice.
Thank you. I'll take the next person.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Fast.
Yeah.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you. I call from Tracy. My name is Lawson. Augustine. Augustus Listen. You know, my brother, I listen to all of your analysis. But then, I would like to put all of our statements in a very simple thing. Let go Dima Yasi. You know, Dima is a country that believes in a strong politics and that was capitalism, actually. Because the money and they got to give. I'm not for Nima, but then I don't want to go in depth with their politics. Well, for me, I'm the political analyst. But you see, sometimes when you raise allegations against somebody, and you don't have any sufficient evidence, you know that actually your
Okay, I think we're losing this person. Just a minute. Just hold on.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So all the political strategy that Sanakoka can use again, you know, Madam Company. So he noticed that there was a foul play. You know, said there was no traditional people that even talk to them. My brother, that's lie. All that thing they were saying that lie. So if you say that traditional people talk to them, we should come with a press conference, let the people with the traditional aspect, you know, that will listen to them and say, yeah, we talk to the people, you know, that things for the Liberian people to believe in. But they don't self their own truth, they were in error. You're saying that they will register and then for still won't register her, but you don't have any substantial evidence. You see? Come on, brother, let me just say this. You know, the MDR, I believe that it should be a party, the strong party in Nima County. But the way they don't serve now, they're trying to pursue the entire politics. They don't serve now, they're trying to promote the aspect of Madam Kongolo. Get me? Because she's the only strong female in Nima County. For me, I don't for Nima, Roma, for Nima County, I hate for Russian. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think they're looking at fewer areas, they're trying to promote her. So the only step demarcation that Honorable Sandra Koga will not win the election. So the others will be like, yeah.
Thank you. What's evening?
Yeah, how you, my brother?
I'm okay. Tell us again where you calling from.
My name is Ruben Congo. For you, my resident in New York community, the president of the
Okay, let you hear you.
You getting me?
You are live. Let you hear you.
Okay, thank you. Well, from what I hear from you guys, both of you is still there and comparing it to what I heard this morning on a similar program of this nature on the same radio station, it's becoming condescending to me because this morning, the other panel that in the very radio station now was telling us to say that the photo that the MPR is accusing Madam Ware of stealing from the National Election Commission, the two photos were not, were not the same. So They were just trying to dissuade the woman's attention from taking part in your campaign activity in Nima. They wanted to waste the time. There was no proof. So MPR will come by and say, okay, let's forget about the case. Don't forget about the woman. You'll come back. Then they say again, that's no state for democracy. So it confuses some of us.
Hello.
Yeah.
So if that argument is an argument we lay the basic, and what we said to you is the NDR might withdraw their case on two bases. And one of the claims they made is that the traditional leaders spoke to them, and on that basis they withdrew the case. Number two is that probably they don't have enough evidence to convict Madam Gongaware at the level of the NEC and the Supreme Court to the dropping charges. So what's the contradiction you see there?
This morning, the panel that were in the studio that morning said that the photo that they were choosing the woman for were not true. They said they were just wanted to waste of time. So she can't take part in the campaign.
So my brother.
Yes.
Someone said it this morning, right? And the MDR went on, they withdrew their case. So do you not think that if validated the president's statement?
No, what I'm saying is that the radio station is expecting to confuse.
No, they're confused. Baby, that I make it confused.
Yes, this morning the other panel told us the people now have proof. Then the people don't get up about the case. Then the woman can't run campaign. They tell they wanted to waste the woman time so she can't have time to campaign. So the people say, okay, let's grab the case. Then the woman can't run campaign. Then they say, he's not getting stage for the rule of law to so which one will follow now?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, but anyway, let me conclude this.
Go ahead.
You get me?
Go ahead. Live.
Yeah. That particular election in Nima there, that by election. The opposition, I don't know the opposition, the independent candidates are not coming to the platform with the truth. When you fight with some of them, they say Samakuga are not done. Nothing that they say. And it's not true. Before anybody that sent to leadership in Nima Kande, you will pay the price before you stay there.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tell us your name. Where you calling from?
Well, thank you. My name is Thomas Banka, calling Johnny from Show Community in Guazon. 100% former president, we are supporter. You know, the MDR is just playing a mind game. They know that they will be defeated by that madam. So they want to create every form, they will be beating around the bush. People from, I'm not from Nima County, but I was in Nima 2020 was the election between Madam Ide Gongaware and current Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn. If not for the intervention of the government at the time, but now that Madam is senator in Nima.
Which one of the government?
The 2020 election.
Oh, the CDC government?
CDC government.
Yes.
So your government
government helped Jeremiah Kuhn to be senator at the time.
How they help you?
Basically, my brother, we were in that country. We saw everything.
Now, when we ask
I come in. Let me get to the point, right? We went to Nima country. When we got to Nima, when they were announcing the result clearly tell you that Madam Ide Gongaware raped Nima country. She beat Jeremiah Kuhn, even in his own district when he was sitting as lawmaker.
Okay.
She won district number 1. The entire Kanto City that night, Kanto City was upside down for Madam Ide Gongaware. Jeremiah Kuhn camp was in total conflict. The only fighting among us said, you are the cause that we lost the election. Prince Johnson later on went on radio that Jeremiah Kuhn is the winner of the election. Before 6 o'clock in the morning, the people started giving different results. Where in the election, we all had the election. There were poor tenor. Third poor tenor, you say.
You are working with NEC.
No, I will not tell you what I was there to do.
Oh, but you want information. You already established that madam. So go ahead. That was saying CDC now.
We will support her now to get her power.
Okay.
We support her to get her power because she deserves to be. She is one of the most inclined female politicians in this country.
Go ahead. Okay.
Thank you.
077-907-907, 077-907-907, or 087-107, Those are the numbers to talk, call, and actually make a contribution when I'm talking when you're this evening. It's exactly 20 past the hour of 10, and we are here together and trying to bring you the very best information. Now, can we go back to the line with this person? Good evening. Good evening. You will have to move it.
Yeah, you getting me now?
You're much better.
Tell us again where you calling from.
Yeah, I'm Prince here for real.
There you Prince.
Yeah, so the by-election basically in Lima, the Lima people are resolved to carry illegal well. Why? Because
Like you made Nima people you want?
I'm from Lima.
You from Lima? You got voting right.
I have my voting card and I serve a PO in Lima during the presidential election.
But that doesn't mean you have a voting right. You can get voting card. Hello. You can get your voting card in Monserrato and then win as net record there. You get right to vote it. Now, if you're not going back as net record, you might not vote in Lima. So they establish that first. Tell us that you are registered in Lima.
I registered in Lima to be precise in Spain.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because Spain is my electoral district number 8. So that's where I register.
Okay.
So as I was saying, the Limbadians are resolved to support or to elect Madam Illegal way. We need a female representation in the House of Senate.
Okay.
And basically, we know the work that Ide has done in Lima, and we know her role, and we know what she been doing. So based upon that, we are behind her, we support her no matter what, no matter the propaganda, the pro-party, one way at the end of the day, she will become a candidate and she will be a senator for Lima.
So do you have a female lawmaker at the lower house?
For Lima?
Yeah,
no.
For Lima.
No.
Have you ever elected one before?
Yes, it was not Kido.
When?
Not Kido.
When? Which election you won?
It was 2005.
Okay.
2005.
All right.
The district Jeremiah Kun that took not Kido from there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, foundation number 1.
Good evening. Good evening. Tell us where you're calling from.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Jerry Wombe calling from East Island.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, brother, what I want to say is, you see, whatsoever that you're not able in life, you found so many strategies to drop it out. It is one the lawmaker Samuel Koga is doing in Lima County. You know very well that the Lele them and even way Gungo is a heavyweight for him. So if you are finding different strategies to travel out, but God is not agreed upon it. We all know that either way Gungo is going to beat Samuel Koga in the by-election.
Now you who know?
Hello?
Yeah, I said you who know?
We all know that he is going to beat Samuel Koga in the by-election in the country.
No need for election.
No, we cannot just tell to be the winner, but we know that she will win the election.
Okay. We saw many people saying you don't know the person will win the election.
It will not happen. We know she will win.
Okay. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, tell us your name and where you calling from.
Solomon T. Reason calling from Rehab Community.
Let hear you, Solo.
Yeah, I have problem with Madam Congo where running in Nima to become senator because she always saying she will divide Nima, and we that for Nima, we can't dream to see Nima being divided.
Okay.
And whenever you see, when they talk about election, that's the time our Omar can come from the states to come wrong. And the government Coca there too, when the past almost 18 years you have spent in the House of Representatives, we can see no Coca Academy in the to say this is Coca school. Coca is not imparting education in the life of the children in the district you occupy, which is District 5. We not see nothing there like Coca Academy. I haven't seen it before. I went to Nahobuya district. I haven't seen no school there like Coca Academy. So when we imparting with people or we voting for them to become senator or representative, sometimes they have to give you money, but to impart education in you.
Okay.
But nothing. And the only person so far I've seen the Magdalene, who was the former lieutenant for Nima, our honorable minister have pushing now to become our senator. I think Magdalene will be the best person.
You got academy too?
Yeah?
You got academy?
You are seeing academy too?
We had academy, but he was very instrumental when it comes to when he was how do you call it, lieutenant for Nima. He paid a lot of people, and whenever you see Magdalene, you feel that you are a leader. But man, every more man will run elections, you will run campaign, you get spend no money at the end of the day because you know that when she now wins, she will go back to the state. So she will now win her election, looking at Magdalene or correcting
Thank you.
Make your point. Good evening.
Good evening, brother. Jamil.
I'm okay.
Tell us where you're calling from.
This is Abu Kemoga in Carwell.
Let hear you.
Thank you very much. The election is very clear. Samuel Koga is the next senator.
Just that? Just like that?
Oh, I'm telling you, Samuel Koga, on his own, first let me come to Edith Gongwe where in 2014 election, she collected a little over 20,000 against Prince Johnson. In 2020 election, she collected about 34,000. She collected 34,000 and some more. And at the time, there were conglomeration of 4 political parties.
Okay.
You had the Unity Party, the ALP, the Liberty Party, and ANC, etc. Now, for this time, she's on her own. So winning that seat, it will be too difficult for her. Number 2, Samuel Koga alone collected 40,000 votes during the by-election against Nyan Twain, the senator that is there now.
Mm-hmm.
And Samuel Koga was elected 3 consecutive times. The other guy said 18 years. No, Samuel Koga has spent 13 years now in a place there. He has not reached 18. But he was elected 3 consecutive times. So, for Mark Leon was now a superintendent, the man was a county inspector. So, we all are aware that Mark Leon came from the CDC background, and the CMC is a supplementary force to the CDC. The only difference here, they change the D to the M. But are the same group of people that either place there. So, but brother, the election is clear. On the election day, I will call you about this hour and tell you the results, who is leading to, and how it's looking like.
So all the thing you got voting right, Nima?
I don't have a voting right, but I have people that under my control
that
are talking to.
You got voting right, do that too. Papa, see you.
Man, people can get voting right in America, but they will tell you who will win.
All right, see you.
Okay. Good evening.
Hello.
Move away from your radio, please.
Sorry, but I was the one that on the line. I probably just left the line. I don't know whether you call me or what.
Yeah, I cut you off because you took out of the time you made your point, so other people needed to come in.
I spoke for less than 1 minute.
Yeah, but you are not having more than 1 minute. You made your point, and so I mean we have to.
I didn't conclude. Can I conclude, please?
15 seconds.
Huh?
15 seconds. Conclude 15 seconds.
Okay, I want to say thank you ever so much for giving me the opportunity to conclude. But what I want to say that that particular by-election in Nima is any other candidate win that election other than Samuel Koga, Nima will become God forbid, Nima will become a banana republic. Thank you.
But the Republic,
politicians are all
the Republic, Nima Republic,
okay. 777-907-907, 777-907-907. We got roughly 19 minutes to go on the talking point here this evening. You know, how people are interested in politics, because Lumumba said it's toys that the people give us. We love to play it around, and we like to be the president, we like to be the representative, ministers, and director. And so once that comes to the public, I mean, everybody can get a side. Let me take this presidency. Why did you start from?
I have it here.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Johnson.
Okay. And what is your name? You're breaking up, bro. I think you will have to change your location. Let me take this person. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. How are you?
I'm okay. What is your name and where are you joining us from?
Okay, I'm Joseph C. I'm joining you from Puebla community.
Yeah, Joseph.
Oh, I hear from Nima, but I'm not a registered voter. But I have relatives, I have friends living in Nima. I want to use the medium to talk to them, caution them.
You want to run campaign? Hello?
No, cautioning them to be peaceful. That's what I mean.
I think you want to run campaign. I'm just saying campaign.
No, chief. Cautioning them to be peaceful, not to tell them that they should vote for Party A or Party B or John Brown or Paul Brown.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I just want to caution them to be peaceful. Whosoever they think is their candidate, they should vote for that person. They are peaceful people. We didn't need bias. People respect us. We should maintain that respect. Not because our godfather has gone and we want to put somebody there to replace him, so we will do things that will bring disgrace to us. Whosoever they vote for, whosoever that win, that the person should be our next senator. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What is the name and where you calling from?
Gabriel Kato calling from Mambate.
Let hear you.
Yeah, by election, come here for about 1 year because of my friend. He going to go all what I should do. He go America, should not get no him in my country.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, what is your name and where you calling from?
My name is Bill Zawi and I call you from Tinkers Village.
Let hear you.
Thank you so much for the show. Let me make a little analysis on the elections in Nimba. You know, Madam Gongo, who have been a serious competitor, and in fact, who have won these elections. But sadly, she ate for today and yesterday.
What do you mean?
And this is the meaning of what I just said. Like almost all of the corrupts keep saying when she contests in elections, she go back to America, and you will not hear about her until another elections. Secondly, Madam Gongo has a stigma in Nimba concerning toilet latrine projects that she undertook in Nimba. That if you see a toilet that value $15,000 US is going to surprise you. Another factor is you went to elections with um now Vice President Jeremiah Pankun. You lost elections and refused to speak to this young man. He did all he could do. You deliberately refused to speak to him and associate with him. Another factor is she is noted for sitting on the radio in Nimba and asking that Nimba be divided because the Gil Belt will always support certain people, and once they support them, they will win against her. If the Maran people want her to win elections, Nimba must be divided, and so that she'll be able to represent a specific people. And these factors have affected her seriously, regardless of whatever thing people are saying about Koga in Nimba. Remember the influence of the vice president and where Koga also comes from with the rapport with he and the late senator. And too many stakeholders across Nimba right now supporting. I mean, Nimba is a traditional country, and with the support, I mean, these things have happened all of the time. CDC supporting this other person. I mean, you know, work. Thank you so much. You know, Koga is the winner.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, be well, Cyrus. Yeah, I beg you. Let me just give a 30 second, please.
You got 20 seconds, please.
Okay, no problem. Again, this is Agasius. I listened to Marcio Man and the guy who called talking about Samuel Koka is a supplementary, supplement in politics. But then let's look at the aspect. I will somehow be a supplementary supplement, and then you look at the person that obtained 34,000 votes, like you said. Then you look at that person now and go and carry them to court again every judge. So you notice that the party have more influence, but you understand the party have more constituents, and then you have no interest in that entire area. So then there's nothing to back though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to say someone got more influence and then they got 20,000 votes for it and then 34,000 at the end now you carrying the court. Because I know you have that constituent in yourself. You have to just be yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What is the name and where you calling from?
I'm Salia. Calling from Babolu County.
Hi, it's Babolu.
Babolu is all right, my brother.
I hear you.
The whole Koka issue, the thing that carrying the country backward, the reason is we always like to bring by election on ourselves.
So that by election can the country back?
Before pushing him to become senator, more when he shall win, another vacancy open in Nima. Government will have to pump in another money so that they can have another representative. It's wrong. It's very wrong. Those are the bill the lawmakers will be pushing in the house.
Okay.
Yes. They should push the bill that when you in the house as representative, before you run, you should resign. But those guys can remain as representative when they win as senator, then the space open. When they lose, they go back and enjoy the immunity of the country. It's very bad. Then Nimadian think fast. He's not the only citizen for Nima. Then there's somebody that will be there too. Everybody wants job. They're not here alone go office to enjoy that country. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, Conan, listen to the colors and the back and forth.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the program. Everyone has their own saying on the show. So we hope that the continent. The only thing for us we do not support on this program is where people will attack one another directly, try to insult.
Yeah, being hostile.
Yeah, for that one we will not tolerate that. But as long as you have your differences, you do it
say what?
In a way, yeah, definitely
it'll be okay for the program. And I really enjoy the program, must admit. I must admit,
Yes.
yeah.
And a
Yeah.
thing I want to deal with while we are waiting more call, I want to deal with one of the caller who talk about one of our sister program this morning. Talk about, there were no enough effort in against
Yeah.
Malawi.
Congo, yeah.
So the NDR was in the wrong. And then we are sitting here talking about, why the people have to drag charges against the lady. So if you look at all two, there is no contradiction
But there's no contradiction.
because the fact is NDR dropping charges means that they don't have evidence. Because the claim they made is that, tradition leaders spoke to them on that basis. They have to drop the charges because they want peace. And I don't know what they call peace. When you try to compromise something that will benefit the interests of the people, then you say peace. Somebody is quote unquote doing something illegally. You establish that the person in the first place does not, have a voting right in the county. He or she, their voting document is not correct. Then you say for the sake of peace, the election should go on. So why do you deny the other person? Why NEC? So why the traditionalists cannot come back now to appeal to NEC to say, well, that's also send the men I was on their prophet keep contesting the election. Now we're not peaceful. So another old man talk about, oh yeah, you were mentioning the same thing.
The first color, yeah.
Yeah, so those are things. When you say peace, when you talk about tradition, you talk about electoral college in America, you talk about, so even with all of these, in the traditional society, they also respect rule of law. The elder will not see the wrong thing and can't sit and say, oh, you're not compromise the wrong thing. They will all want to penalize people for doing the wrong thing. That's why when you go in the villages and places, they have town chiefs and people. So that when somebody do wrong, they set law. Well, you know why people can pass on the road at a certain point. You can draw water from here. You can't go to the creek where you slip on. Once you do that, they catch you. You gotta pay fine, you gotta pay money. It's the same rule of law. So they will not come, you will not have behind a traditional leader that say, oh, a traditional leader begging you and other things. Then you want to bring the people to the public and you say because of the sake of peace.
One of the colors are fly.
But that's it. That could be another the best word to use. So 077 we can take at least 2 or 3 more colors.
Yeah, so Sarah, while we are waiting the colors, we want to say to the public out there, this show, we are open for sponsorship. That's one thing is very much important. This show is really highly listened to, one of the most listened to program in radio program in Liberia right now. That's Talking Point on Blaze Radio. So definitely coming to sponsor this program as a business, as an individual or a company, whatever you have, just come and sponsor this program. We will promote that your business. We will promote your company. Trust me.
It's a big boost for you in the first place. Because we sit here from Mondays to Friday, 5 days a week, and we got 2 hours. So just imagine when we're having a jingle for you or a promotion for you here, just 1 or 2 minutes, and being played on this radio
every
that
time,
is
every day.
listened in about 14 counties across Liberia, and this show is widely listened to. We have it on the platform. We get about 400 to 500 people, following us on a day-to-day basis, live. It's going to be a boost for your business, for your company, for your institution as well. And as in the coming weeks and days, I think we're going to be having our first batch of sponsor beginning this April, that will be sponsoring the program, and you can be part of the list because this is a business that will actually help your business to grow. It will help your entity or your company to be, attract more people. And so,
for sponsorship, you can call 0772 277 532.
Yes.
Again, 0772 277 532.
Yes. Those are you can call that number, or you also call. I really don't like to read my number, but anyway, you are already where they can reach out to you. That would be the best thing. Reach out to Kona and we can start up from there. Yeah. I don't want plenty of people calling me. Other people will call for different purposes.
Yeah.
So I don't really like to do that.
No, but in no business, and we just have to do it because of the business.
Yes, that is important.
So yeah, so folks, those
So
of
read
you
that
out there,
number again for the second time, and
yeah,
I think the next time we'll have to pin the number up for the sponsorship as well on the live feed,
on the
so
live, yeah.
people watching or people who come after can know that. So read your
So
number again.
0772 277 532.
Okay.
0772 277 532. If you have Lone Star 0881 12 31 32.
Okay.
0881 12 31 32. So call any of those numbers right after the show. Let's talk business. Trust me, that your business there. You need to leave that shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to leave. You need more customers.
You
Yeah.
need to grow the business.
You need to grow the business. Yeah.
Okay. So I think on that note, Conan, we got 6 minutes to go, and I think we
Yeah.
can utilize that 6 minutes. We're not taking any more call.
Yeah.
So you can just wrap up in that period.
So, Sarah, it was a nice discussion. Something came to my mind when the caller recording. I
Okay.
don't know, but we'll discuss it. But let me say on the radio, it's not a bad thing, right? I was thinking on if possible for us to do an opinion poll on the radio concerning that Nima Kante
Yes.
election. Please, I beg you, call me after the show. I see someone already calling. Call me
That's
after
the
the
problem.
show.
Your phone.
Call me
don't
right
have-
after the show, please.
Yes.
Call me right after the show.
Just after 11,
Yeah.
call by 11:02, 11:03.
Yeah.
Then you will be
Call
able
me,
to
definitely will
show
call.
ends at 11.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was thinking we can do an opinion pool on the radio where people from Lima. Let's see those who are listening to the radio, right?
Mhm.
That's why they remind. Let's see who are they really supporting in this upcoming election. That's something I think I want us to look at, and let's see if we can find a day to introduce it before the election.
Yeah, so the election date is the 22nd
22, yeah.
of April,
Yeah.
and we hopefully next week, Thursday, we got to work around that.
Yeah, let's try to
And
talk
we
to
want
find
to
a
set a
day.
date, make more publicity around it, and we just set that date aside. On the basis of our guests, and we didn't get guests in between, we can do that on Thursday of next week. But we're working out and let the public know, because that is important. You know, Nima is one of the electoral
Colleges, yeah.
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 And I mean, you have to want anything that affects Nima will affect our society as large. That's why when these elections, not just Nima, but any county, any lawmaker, any constituents things are not going well, have a direct reflection on the rest of Liberian. And we, as a people, our work is to inform our people, advocate for the right thing. That's why we sit behind this microphone every day. Even though I'm ready now, I'm feeling a cool and other things, you can sense that from my voice, but I have to come here every evening to actually share my thoughts and view of Liberian people to make sure that I hear from them too. And so we can sit and see the wrong thing happening. That's why we come here every day to do the work we do, the one we know the best. Some of you realizing right now with your family. And other people can say, oh, your family don't know you too. The morning before you go by, it's 11 something, 12, and then maybe the child, the children already is
Sarah's more often when I leave her, I go, my children is sleeping.
Yeah, so that's it. So I mean, sometimes the children makes you daddy. They want to have some women with you, and you have to work from Monday all the way to Friday, Saturday. And sometimes you don't have your own
Sunday
time.
all the way.
Yeah, you don't have your own time. While you're sitting, you receive call, you have to run
You
there.
have to run
So,
there, yeah.
I mean, you always have to. When you get passion for something, that's what happens. You put yourself into a fully. So, I mean, I think the red number, and that's why we can actually put it a day because it's 2 minutes after 11.
Yeah.
You have any other thing to say? If not,
No, Sarah, I think the show was a very nice one. Yeah, we hope that tomorrow our people join us tomorrow for another splendid edition of the Talking Point. We're gonna be here again tomorrow.
yes. We will be here tomorrow. If all goes well, tomorrow is the weekend edition. As I said, Riverside is to my heart, and we will hopefully be breaking on our rhetoric to actually speak to us on some of the issues there in Riverside County. And so, For those of you who tuned in today, we say thank you for joining us. And just do us a favor by sharing the live feed. And the invitation is actually yours. Don't go tomorrow, same time, same station for another brand new edition of the program, The Talking Point. Until then, you have yourself a wonderful and a blessed